Good to see you. Hello, dear. How you doing? All right? Hello, mate. How are we doing? All right? Take a seat, take a seat, take a seat.
It's cosy.
It is cosy, isn't it? You are the luckiest woman in the world right now. There's lots of people at home watching who are very jealous of you at the moment. Quickly, you're aware what the show's about, aren't you? Because you've all got boxing gloves on your t-shirts and jumpers.
We like two sports.
You like two whole sports?
A bit of boxing.
Yep.
And we love the Gunners too.
And you love the Gunners too. You love the Gunners too.
Angela, who's a Man United fan.
Angela's a Manchester United fan, and apparently you know everything there is to know about Manchester United.
I don't want to bore you with it.
We've got plenty of time for you to bore us, plenty of time. Talk to me first about Pep Talk podcast and what it's all about.
Well, we are a football and boxing podcast, and we air weekly on iTunes and YouTube. And essentially what we do is we talk about our two favourite sports, boxing and football.
Separate podcast or all in one?
All in one.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. It's a great idea.
All in one blender, NutriBullet.
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 NutriBullet podcast. I love that. And you're more of a boxing fan, am I right in saying, Angela?
I'm a boxer as well.
You're a boxer as well, right?
Yeah.
Remind me not to upset her over the next hour or so.
She's our security.
She's your security, yeah?
Watch out, watch out.
I've already put down my Peter Crouch arms. I wouldn't stand a chance. I mean, I love boxing as well. I was at the Kelbrook fight the other week as well. Is it alienate you to some people, do you think, doing boxing and football, or do you think it's your unique selling point that gets people in? Do you think there's a lot of people that, if you're a football fan, boxing kind of comes in tow?
Funny enough, a lot of people like both sports.
Because after the matches, then that's when the boxing kind of...
Yeah, if you go to West Ham every weekend, you get both.
Or down the pub.
That's right.
That's exactly what I'm saying to you. So it kind of goes hand in hand, really.
Yeah, it works very well.
Combo.
It works very well. No, it's interesting, but you reckon there's quite a marry-up between football fans and boxing fans?
Definitely, yeah. When England's playing, you've got to watch boxing, because England's so boring.
Yeah, it's true. That's definitely a very, very good point. I'm guessing not a fan of the international break then?
Not at the moment.
Not at all.
Well, I don't mind. I support the French team, so it's not a problem for me.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. Honestly, though, I mean, you've probably heard a lot of negativity about the England team here tonight, which I'm sure you can understand. Yeah. Is it different when you have a good team to look forward to? In France, do they look forward to the international break?
You know, it's the same in France. You know, they prefer the rugby anyway, so when the French team plays, it's never really, exciting. They prefer, seeing France when they play in the international games, in the proper competitions. But,
really?
The warm-ups, they're not really interested, to be honest with you. And I can completely understand why the England fans are thinking in the same way, Yeah. It's the proper competitions that we want to see.
It must be nice supporting a good national team.
Just the accent.
It must be
just the accent alone. Calm down, Angela. Calm down.
It's not Brazilian, I'd prefer if I was Brazilian, that it would sound much more sexier.
Unfortunately not. You can blag it. Blag you've got a Brazilian grandfather or something somewhere hiding away. Yeah, but it must be nice, mustn't it? We have to put up with watching England. He gets to watch France.
Oh, we've got Lallana, they've got Griezmann.
Hey, let's not badmouth Adam Lallana. Whoa.
And we've got Mr. Dab himself, Pogba.
Well, Paul Pogba, let's talk about the Paul Pogba question as well. What do they make of him in France? Because so far we've not been that impressed in England.
It's a big disappointment, I didn't really want him to go to Manchester United. I wanted him to stay at Juventus because he was playing much better there. And Mourinho, I'm not a big fan of Mourinho anyway, so, for me, it was a bit biased, but...
He doesn't really know what's going on at the moment.
He's not too sure what to do.
Right,
but I believe he'll become better, it will take him some time.
He just doesn't know the team yet. He doesn't really know what everyone's capabilities are. And I just think, I don't know whether or not he's kind of happy with where he is at the moment either. I mean, he's living out of hotels and God knows what.
He is Alan Partridge.
The best haircut.
His family aren't over here. He's kind of doesn't really know the team, hasn't really gelled with the team, doesn't know where to put anyone right now. So
It's funny. I mean, my mum used to have the biggest crush on Jose Mourinho when he was first Chelsea manager. She fancied the pants of Jose Mourinho. Now she looks at him and she's like, no, he's changed. He's miserable nowadays.
He's not a happy man.
He's not, is he?
He looks tired. He's not happy. He's not happy.
It's the jacket. He lost the jacket. Do you remember the big long jacket he used to have? He lost it, that's why.
There was magic in that coat.
Absolutely.
What's wrong with Arsene Wenger's jacket? There's no magic in that thing at the moment.
Oh, please, this jacket.
It needs a bit more puff in that jacket.
It certainly does,
That is a ridiculous jacket, Arsene Wenger's one. Let's talk about your guys. Let's talk about Arsenal. Going very well. You must be happy. There you go.
Not too bad. We play some very good football, I think with Arsene Wenger's 20th year, in charge of the club. there's an expectation for him to provide something magical, you know. And I think this season is probably the first time that we've seen some balance in the team. You know, there's some very good opportunities for players to compete for their space, and I think it's giving the team a different dimension. You know, whereas in previous seasons, you know, all the fans were very much concerned about the team and where the team was going. Yeah. This season, I can see something a bit special in the Arsenal team.
Is it fair to say though? I've asked this to a few Arsenal fans in the last couple of weeks. We've been here before, haven't we, at this time of year, saying that Arsenal are looking good?
Well, there's reports that Sanchez has got a hamstring. So that's the first injury. Walcott's already been injured. So I think injuries are starting to already kind of filter in. So let's wait and see what happens in December, because I've been here before. So I'm just going to be quite cautious.
They've been there a few times.
Yeah,
it's been so well.
Like
it looks like they've just got it and then it's gone.
But to be fair, this time I'm more happy with the squad. Like Arsene Wenger's, he's addressed the weaknesses of the team. Mertesackers out. You're looking like Mustafi's in. We've got Iwobi. We've got some ballers in our team now. We've got a bit of pace in and around the team. I'm happy with the squad now. Like, even if we don't win anything this season, I feel he's addressed the weaknesses and we're going in the right direction. A lot of our squad is quite young. So I think there's promising times ahead. Honestly, up the Gooners.
Up the Gooners, up the Gooners. I mean, have there been signs in the last few weeks of just little inklings of the old Arsenal that we remember from the more recent seasons? I'm thinking of the draw at home with Middlesbrough, then really didn't turn up for the Spurs game. Was there just little signs there of the Arsenal that we know and love, the ones that always eventually disappoint their fans?
It's the expectations. I think, you know, the fans are beginning to believe a bit, you know, that we can do something really great. And against Ludogorets, Ozil scored the best goal I've seen him scored in a very long time. But again, we go and draw against Spurs, you know. And to be fair, the Spurs game was a fair result. You know, it could have gone either way. And I think that Arsenal were expected to beat Spurs on that particular day, and it just didn't quite happen. And because of the pressure of winning games over and over again, it's getting to the players. But I think we'll be fine. It's not a problem.
That was it. I think, does form go out the window? I mean, England and Scotland are playing tonight, and with the Arsenal-Tottenham one, Tottenham went in with a run of not winning in 6. Arsenal had not lost since the opening game of the season. Everybody was anticipating an Arsenal win, and then, if anything, Tottenham could have nicked it, you know, maybe on the day. So
Peter's check, he slipped, and when he slipped, my heart almost stopped.
Don't talk to a Liverpool player, a fan about their players slipping.
Gerrard.
Please never say the word slipping ever again on the show. Does form go out the window a bit though when it's a derby like that? And I'm thinking England, Scotland tonight. England should win, but the fact that it's Scotland makes it a bit more complicated.
England should win a lot of things. Come on. They should win a lot of things. And you go there and you sit down, you're like, right, this is easy, and you just kind of chill back and you're like, what is switch over now? You know, you just don't know. They should win, but
there's not been much love in for
they're too unpredictable, inconsistent. Such an inconsistency with their game.
And it's interesting as well to, in other areas, English sport is better than it's ever been, or British sport is better than it's ever been.
British boxing is.
Well, I was about to say, I mean,
it's all about Britain right now.
12 world champions at the moment.
Yeah, it's all about Britain right now.
Yeah, in the boxing it is, isn't it? So, I mean, it doesn't really make any sense. You look at the Team GB performance at the Olympics, you look at the cricket team's brilliant.
Sport in Britain right now is on fire, as the boys would say. It's lit.
Lit.
You know, but it is, except for football. What is going on?
I mean, can you put your finger on any reason why?
The players of sport.
Too much money.
Sport. The players
Too much money. Boxers don't get paid that kind of money.
I mean, well, boxers earn a fair bob.
365 grand a week.
Well, they should do to get punched in the head.
They should. Yeah. They should. No, I don't think, you know, there's a lot of money in football.
But then Spanish players earn the same money, German players earn the same money, Italian players earn the same money.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's just a different mindset. It's a different mindset, you know, and you've got to put it down to management as well. You have to put it down to management. Are they motivating the team? You know, are they constantly cussing them? If you're constantly cussing people, they're just going to be like, oh, whatever, I'm just going to go out there and just do whatever. You know, they've got to be motivated. To be honest with you, that kind of money should motivate them enough as it is.
We need Mickey from Rocky.
Yeah, you do.
That's what we need. We need Mickey from Rocky shouting at them in the corner.
Well, Allardyce was meant to be the motivator. What happened there?
Yeah, exactly. Although apparently not getting charged.
But also the expectations are very great, you know.
Yeah.
Every competition that England enters, they expect to win it, you know, and they're discounting, you know, superb teams like France, of course, but Germany, Brazil, Argentina. It's you know, there are some really good competitions out there, and I think the British press has to be realistic. You know,
I think
and
it's the
support
pressure.
I like this bit.
Oh, hello.
Oh, it was all right. It was all right. It was all right.
Yeah.
So you used to be a kickboxer.
Yeah.
And now you're moving into boxing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do kickboxing first. And
Okay.
apparently you were quite good at it.
I was all right.
Come on, don't be modest. Come on, don't be modest.
I hate doing
You're
this.
next to two Arsenal fans that brag about 4th place every season, so don't hold back. Don't hold back.
Yeah, I was all right. I was good in my day.
What world titles?
I got a couple.
I got a couple. World titles. Only a couple.
As you do.
She's dangerous.
I can tell those boots as well. You can do some damage.
I know, right?
And you're now making the transition.
Friday night in London, I was wearing boots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fair enough. Again, that's what Paul does on Soho. He's got similar boots.
There you
He's
go.
not even here. Sorry, Paul. And you're going into boxing.
Yes.
And you're enjoying that.
Loving it. Absolutely loving it. I've got a really good team behind me right now, and yeah, I'm really, really confident.
And you're training in Derek Chisora's camp.
Camp?
Derek Chisora's camp. Bit of a tongue
It's
twister.
a tongue twister, right?
You're training with Derek Chisora and a tramp. That's amazing.
I know. I'm training with the legendary John Charles, and I also do some training with ex-pro cruiserweight Faisal Mohammed. So,
yeah.
you know, so I'm in pretty good hands right about now.
You are. You're very.
Yeah.
And Chisora has got a big fight coming up against Dillian White, which is going to be an absolute slugfest.
It's going to be lit.
Lit.
It's going to be. For me, it's the main event all
Go on, give us
all
some
day
gossip.
long.
What's going on behind the scenes?
Wow, you know what? You're just gonna have to watch his face. All I'm gonna say is that you know what, I like Dillian. I respect him. He's progressed every fight. He's got a good chance of winning it. But a lot of people are overlooking Derek, and you really shouldn't. You can't afford to do that.
Yeah, he's been in the ring with the very
He's been in the
best.
ring with the very best. He's experienced. He's hungrier than ever. May the best man win.
May the best
me
man win.
being
And if you
diplomatic.
listen to the podcast, we'll give you some clues.
Here we go. Good plug. Good plug.
And this has all been discussed on this week's podcast. And this is why my hair looks a mess. By the way, I came from training, so I don't normally look this trampy. In Derek Chisora's tramp, right?
Yeah, exactly. Derek Chisora's champ. That's completely understandable. You're trying to start your hair on Derek
And then,
Chisora's
the
champ.
stylist has gone home, so, what can I
Yeah,
do?
we don't get, as you can tell, we don't get makeup here on Fan TV, as you
I
can
was
see.
like, where's my makeup hair
Yeah, I know.
stylist?
They said to me, we can't polish a turd, so there's no point in us wasting our time with you every Wednesday and Friday. We were talking Wayne Rooney before the break. 16 years old, so much pressure on him from a young age, and she reckons he's fallen out of love with the game. Is it possible to fall out of love with the game? Because a lot of people would rip off their arms to be playing for
When it
England.
becomes your job, I
Is
think.
it possible to fall out of love with a woman? It's the same thing.
The most French answer ever. I love it. I absolutely love it.
That was lit.
That was lit. I'm going to start using it now and ruin the word for every cool person that wants to use it.
Hashtag lit.
Hashtag lit. Right, as soon as anyone hears me saying it, they're going to go, yeah, I don't think lit's cool anymore, guys.
You've got to be like, oh, wait, you've killed it. Need another word, guys.
Exactly. Right, let's go out to our man, Stephen Copping. He's here. Everybody, hello. Hello, Stephen Copping.
Hi, Stephen.
Oi.
How are we, Stephen? Are you all right?
I'm all right. How have you been? I haven't seen you for a couple of weeks.
I'm very, very well, thank you. You've had Kiri Blur here the last couple of weeks, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got to admit, she's a bit better looking than you, Toby.
She's a bit easier on the eye, I'm not going to lie to you. No, I'm not going to argue with that. Although, have you seen Paul's caricature of her? She doesn't look so smart in that, I'll say that much. I came out looking all right in that one.
And a quick question, Toby. Is that Cameron Diaz in the middle there?
I love you,
We like Stephen, don't we? We like Stephen. Here we go. We like Stephen.
She'll slide you the number later.
No, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Very smooth, Stephen. Very smooth indeed. Very smooth indeed. I'm now thinking of I'm now sitting here trying to get a lookalike for Stephen. I'll think of one.
There is one, but I can't get
I think there's a bit of Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe, the
Jens
actor?
Lehmann. This is Jens Lehmann.
Jens
Of Arsenal,
Lehmann.
Yeah, you know.
Jens Lehmann.
I was thinking more Magneto.
Many years ago.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Magneto.
Magneto.
From X-Men?
Yes. Yeah.
Magneto, man.
Wait, don't say what. He does.
Michael Palin. I'm getting in my ear. Michael
I
Palin.
know about the X-Men.
Anyway,
Love
Stephen,
it.
non-league football. Sorry, we got distracted there, Magneto. Obviously, it's an international break. However, tomorrow is the second round qualifying match of the FA Trophy, which is for non-league about as big as it gets, isn't it? And there's a hell of a prize up for grabs this year.
Yeah, they love it, the non-league clubs. This is for 5th and 8th tier, if you're not too aware of it all. But this is a real chance for them to showcase that they mix with the bigger clubs, and it's a £50,000 bonanza. But more importantly, on the 21st of May, with the finals played at Wembley with the FA Vase. So, yeah, it's a great opportunity. Is it like their FA Cup, really, to put it simply?
Yeah, it's the one that they've got a chance of winning in many ways.
Yeah, that's right.
And yeah, as you said, £50,000. The match is going to be live on BT on television and at Wembley as well. So for those players that get there, that's going to be the highlight of their career, isn't it? For most.
And also, not only just their highlight, it's a good chance for them to impress higher clubs and maybe get a contract with a Div 2 or Division 1 side. You never know. It's happened before and it happened again.
And you expect them to fill out the 80,000 at Wembley that day?
The biggest crowd ever for an FA Trophy is about 52,000. So they'll get there or thereabouts, depending who the two sides are. But yeah, they'd look for over 50,000 would be. I'm pretty confident they'll get that. Yeah.
To be fair, for the first 15 minutes after half time, there's only about 50,000 in Wembley for an England match anyway. So
well, that's right.
It's not that different, really. It's not that different, is it? Let's go through some of the games tomorrow. Blythe Spartans as well. They're playing tomorrow. Is that one of the big games?
Yeah, they're the big giant killers, Blythe Spartans, and Heltowen are a side who are mid-table, but Blythe Spartans are sort of second in the table, doing really well. They are expected to win that. They're the high flyers in the league, and they're the side that almost got promotion, even though they got 99 points last season. They missed out via Darlington, so they are a very determined club. And if you ever go there, it's one of the most impressive setups for non-league football. They've got a media department that's phenomenal. They film their games. They've got their own radio station. It's a mini Division 2 side. So very impressive setup at Blythe Spartans. And on the pitch, they're doing really, really well to equal that as well.
That's amazing, isn't it? To not go up with 99 points, you'd be gutted, wouldn't you? You'd be absolutely livid. That's 30 for you.
You'd be pretty annoyed, wouldn't you? Yeah,
exactly.
Also, I think they scored over 100 goals. So.
Oh, really? And still didn't go up?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tough, isn't it?
That sounds like an Arsenal failure.
Heartbreaking.
Pardon?
This is football we're talking about.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Keep up, Pascal. Keep up, Pascal. This is my favourite of the games, just purely because of the nicknames that's happening tomorrow. Am I saying that right? Grantham Town versus Matlock?
Grantham Town. That's the hometown, by the way, of Margaret Thatcher. Grantham Town versus Matlock. And
which is also known as the Gingerbreads versus the Gladiators. That's two good nicknames there.
That's pretty wicked. I know where Grantham is as well.
You know where Grantham is? Yeah. Well, that's nice.
I know. At least I can relate to what he's talking about.
Okay. Well, now picture that area and imagine they've got a football team, and that's what we're about to talk about.
Called the Gingerbread and the Gladiators.
Called the Gingerbreads, yeah. Called the Gingerbreads. At Grantham Town, a capacity of 7,500 at their ground.
Yeah,
obviously, you know the ground well.
Naturally, all the time.
Yeah. 7,500. I mean, that seems huge for non-league football.
It's crazy, isn't it? And it's a very impressive stadium as well.
It is.
Thank you, Cameron.
I second that.
Frankie says yes. Frankie says relax, and Frankie says yes to Grantham having a 7,500 seater.
It's an athletic arena as well, so it's shared with the council. But yeah, brilliant. I mean, I think you can probably get close to 10,000 if you really had to there. But it's one of the better grounds in non-league football. I think St Albans is another good one as well.
And also, I mean, this is amazing that you don't expect this too much in non-league football, but Marine FC against St Neots Town tomorrow, and it's over 200 miles, is it, the journey for them?
That's right, yeah. And Marine are in Merseyside, and St Neots are 200 miles away. And the good thing about Marine, the club Marine, they've set up a sort of sister club in Thailand and the Philippines. The major benefactor there is going global with this club.
Really? That's amazing. Marine FC have a sister club in Thailand and Philippines.
As you do.
Wow.
Are we sure that the one in Thailand's definitely a sister, so not a brother?
I did look into it.
There's a few not sures.
Sorry if you're watching Thailand.
Or London.
Or Paul on a Saturday. Paul on a Saturday. And the National League keeps going as well. The National League wheels keep turning while there's an international break.
Yeah, that's right. Tranmere, Chester, that's a local derby, really. And I think the allocated 2,000 tickets for Chester have already been sold out. So that's going to be a really close game.
There's not going to be anyone left in Chester, is there? 2,000 Chester fans going to the game. There's going to be nobody left.
If looting.
If you are planning on doing any robberies, that's the time to do it in Chester.
Plan on looting, go to Chester.
Obviously, that's a big one as well, because Tranmere and Chester, they're both formerly of the Football League ladder as well.
Yeah, and Tranmere are doing really well in the league. One of the favourites to go up. They want to get back into Division 2 professional football again. But Chester, mid-table, doing okay. But Tranmere should win that one at home. I would have thought so.
And finally as well, Macclesfield Town versus Forest Green Rovers. Two clubs that couldn't be in more different predicaments at the moment.
Yeah, but what a contrast. Macclesfield have got no benefactor, have got no money, basically. They are struggling. Can't see the way out of them unless they get some money. It's like any clubs at any level, even if it's professional football, you do need a benefactor. You do need someone there to dip into their textbooks and their money. Otherwise, these clubs will struggle even at these sort of leagues.
And finally, we can't finish without talking about Salford City, owned, of course, by the class of '92. You knew that, didn't you?
Listen, I know everything. Don't get it twisted. It's all up here.
It's all up.
Fountain of knowledge.
Andrew's on it, guys. Andrew's on it. But Salford City, obviously owned by Scholes, Butt, the Neville brothers and all that. Struggling a bit at the minute. They're kind of always expected to do very, very well, aren't they?
Yeah, but if you look at it in the club and how it's all set up, it's a long-term project. It's also 50% of it is owned by Peter Lim, who owns Valencia as well. So the 5 players have a 10% stake. So they're not doing that well. They're 9th in the position in the league, but every sort of fan expects them to be top of the table. But it's a long-term project. I think Ryan Giggs said that he'd like to see them in a championship by 2029. So that's how long-term they're viewing it. It's a long way off.
Yeah, a long way off.
That's long term.
I'll still be here.
That's progression.
Yeah, that's progression. That is progression, exactly, yeah. And as it's an international break, Stephen, is it a great time, the international break, for non-league football? Do the attendances go up?
They do indeed. And what's interesting as well, a lot of the clubs at this time, to encourage their fans to come along, will drop the prices for them as well. They'll have a free day or pay what you want. And that works really well. Altrincham, for example, it's £5 to get in. So this is the time to go and see some non-league football. And it's all 3 o'clock kickoffs as well. So there's no late kickoffs. So, yeah, go ahead and get involved, Toby.
I know. I keep promising I'm going to go to some non-league football before the season's up. Let's go to Grantham.
Let's do it.
Well, you know how to get there, obviously.
I know how to get there.
Yeah.
I've got an idea.
What's that?
We pay
Rooney.
Rooney, non-league football.
Non-league.
Do you reckon that's his level?
I think that's a great idea.
Found his level.
Well, in fact, actually, his brother was playing the other day for Wrexham. He plays in the National League.
Does he?
Yeah, his brother, and they got knocked out by...
That fell far from the tree, didn't he?
Every stick.
The Rooney brother that nobody talks about. Poor guy.
I didn't even know Rooney had a brother.
Angela, I thought you knew everything about Manchester United.
That is one of the top hidden secrets.
If Angela doesn't know, it must be secret.
That's what I'm saying.
Stephen, mate, really good to hear from you.
I'm
and look forward to speaking to you next week.
Yeah, see you, Cameron.
Bye.
Well done, Stephen Copping. The tension was palpable. You could cut the sexual tension with a knife there between you and Magneto.
I love Magneto.
You liked it?
I think he's getting a number.
I think he's definitely...
We'll get a few digits.
Definitely getting a number. Let's get to Ollie, who is on Skype and has been watching the game for us. Ollie, you there, mate? Hello. Wow! What that? Well done. Well done. Let's have a round of applause.
This is what Victor Anichebe does. That's what he does.
I can tell you that basically Ollie told us that if Bournemouth lost to... He's a Bournemouth fan. He told us if Bournemouth lost to Sunderland, he would dye his hair red and white stripes. And lo and behold, that's another round of applause. Well done. Well done, Ollie.
Ollie, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
What, the hair or the result?
The hair.
Yeah, I'm not too happy, to be honest. My mum's only finished laughing. I kicked her out of the room because she's still laughing.
And don't take this as offence, because I love tropical fish, but it's got that kind of tropical fish.
I think he looks like the lead singer of The Offspring. Do you remember them? Do you remember them? Bit before your time, Ollie.
But,
before.
I'm not sure. It just doesn't look good.
It's a good look on you, though.
There you go. That's coming from...
Ollie, do you know a good physio for Jack Wiltshire?
I'm not sure, to be honest, but I'm not the person to ask at the moment.
He's got his own problems, all right?
It's not a physio.
Ollie's in a whole world of trouble at the moment, right? He needs a psychiatrist, is what Ollie needs. Have you been watching the England game?
I have been, yeah.
How's it been? Turgid, boring?
I actually think it's not been too bad. I mean, for England, anyway. I mean, I actually think it's we stepped up our game, to be honest, especially from Slovakia. I think, you know, it's better than I was expecting, to be honest. But I mean, I wasn't really focused on that because I was still worried about doing this. So, you know, but yeah, I don't think it's been that bad, to be honest. The goal was good.
Are your school okay with the hair, by the way?
Pardon?
Are your school okay with the hair?
I mean. I go to college. And,
Have you been
excluded
yet? Have you been excluded yet?
Not yet.
Yeah,
notice the word yet. I'm not sure how to
It will
explain
happen.
it.
I was sent
It
home.
will happen.
When Liverpool got to Champions League final 2007 against Milan, I dyed a red Mohican and got sent home from school,
Yeah,
which was like, awesome, I'm going to dye a red Mohican every week.
I know, right? And then they stop sending you home and make you sit outside the office.
That's it.
Because they clock on.
There's a flaw in the system here. So hopefully you get sent home as well.
Ollie, you have the best eyebrows I've seen, you know, this Look at the eyebrows.
They look better than mine today.
That's the best eyebrows he's seen, and he's from France. And he's got the best eyebrows he's ever seen. How does that make you feel, Ollie?
Very symmetrical, you know.
I'm jealous of those eyebrows.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm happy with that, to be honest. Any compliment, sorry, right now.
I mean, it's pretty impressive that your eyebrows are so good that Pascal didn't even notice the hair. Didn't even notice it.
I did notice it.
Did he not? Cool.
Oh, he's come on just to talk about his hair and eyebrows.
I love
That's
it.
pretty much all
I love it. No, Ollie's on all the time. Ollie's a friend of the show. We're not just bullying somebody. We're bullying a friend of the show. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
We touched on Jack Wilshere, but while we've got a couple of Arsenal fans here on the sofa, he came out, Jack Wilshere, and said that he nearly fell out of love with the game and that he needed this season down at Bournemouth. How does that make you feel that he needs Bournemouth to bring back his love of the game?
Well, he needs games because he's been on the treatment table for ages. Going to Bournemouth, there's no expectations there apart from just staying up. And I think if he gets a good season behind him, I think he can come back to the Emirates and we'll welcome him back. As long as he stops the clubbing, of course.
So as long as he stops, and the smoking.
And the smoking.
But we get to
and
carry
the
on
rest.
doing that, right?
Tonight, you know.
Okay, yeah, okay.
You go to bed.
You heard the lady. You heard the lady.
Yes, TikTok.
How are they finding Jack Wilshere down at Bournemouth? Are the fans warm to him?
Yeah, I mean, it obviously, when you've got a player of his name, you know, even linked with the club, all the fans were excited. Obviously, when he joined the club, it was kind of like, you know, how is he going to fit into the team? But I mean, everyone's talking about Jack Wilshere. I mean, there's a few fans on Twitter actually that are getting quite annoyed with the club because every single club photo that, you know, the official Twitter post is of Jack Wilshere. So, you know, the fans love him. You know, a couple of people have kind of gone a bit too far saying that he's kind of taken over our club, you know, and all the fans are talking about him. But, I mean, he's fitting well. For someone that hasn't played, I think he played 6 games all season last season until he came to us. So for someone that's now playing week in, week out, you know, I think he's fitting really well and the fans like him. So, you know, I think he's he could have a future at the club more than 1 season. So,
But Ollie,
you know,
do you know the reason why? Because he's helping your club get more Twitter followers.
There you go. There you go.
I don't like that comment.
He probably does have more Twitter followers than Bournemouth, doesn't he?
Honestly,
Yeah,
I think
literally.
we're at about 200,000. I think he's at 1.8 million.
There you go.
You know.
There you go. There you go.
It's all about promotion.
There's 1.8 million more than I've got, Ollie, if it makes you feel any better about it. Makes you feel good.
I'll join you.
Jack Wilshere, he's in the England squad. He hasn't started today, but he's in the England squad. I'm sure he'll feature at some point against Spain. No matter when he comes back from an injury, he always goes straight into the England squad. Is that because, in theory, if he is fully fit and he can get back to the level that we know he can, is he still the one world-class player that England could produce out of the current crop?
I don't think we've seen the best of him.
He's footballer.
not.
He's a good footballer. It's just the problem he has the bone structure of a 12-year-old, which is why he was injured. But when he plays football, he's an excellent football player. You know, and that's
Honestly,
why.
can I just say, before he played for Bournemouth, I slated Jack Wilshere for playing for England because every time he came on, he just looked average. But honestly, I can say that I was wrong. From when I've seen him every single week, he's actually, on the ball, he's outstanding. So,
Well, I mean,
I don't think we've seen the best of him.
I mean, there was a few years ago when he was man of the match in both legs against Barcelona in the Champions
that's when he
League.
was good.
I don't think we've seen the best of him. I think he's had injuries and he's come back too soon, and then he hasn't played well, and then he's got injured again because he's come back too soon. I think, what with the right recovery and the right physiotherapy, and as Ollie's saying, he's saying the same thing. I don't think we've seen the best of him, and he's still young enough as well.
He's
he's still young enough, and as long as he gets the experience behind him, then why not? Why not?
Put it this way: is a fully fit, the Jack Wilshere playing at the best of his ability. Forget the last couple of seasons, but the Jack Wilshere we know is capable. Is he the best English footballer around?
I wouldn't say he's the best English footballer, but he might be the best English footballer on the England team.
I don't know about that.
But that's possible,
Yeah,
Yes.
I just wonder. I think that's why we always are so keen to get him back in. Most players wouldn't be afforded the luxury of getting injured, and then recalled to the England team. It's right there, Ollie, mate. We're boring you, are we, mate?
Yeah. No, sorry, I was.
Baby,
Are you drinking your milk again?
You know what? Every single time I come on this show, there's always jokes about it. I mean, I was 10 last week, so. Unbelievable.
And the hair
Very articulate.
The hair takes off 2 years as well. You're like 8 this week. You're like 8 this week.
You're like a baby Bieber. Oh, I love him.
Keep drinking.
You're like,
He's so lovely.
that wasn't patronising at all.
I'm old though, I
If there's
can.
one thing a young teenage boy wants, it's a woman patronising him and saying he looks like a young Justin Bieber. That's what all guys dream of. Well, Ollie, mate, always a pleasure. We might speak to you later as well if you're going to keep watching the England game for us.
Okay, yeah, probably.
Yeah, and bring your mum on so we can watch her laughing at you for a bit.
I can still hear her laughing downstairs.
Cheers, mate. Ollie, mate,
You
good to
got
hear from
guts, Ollie. You got guts.
Cheers, Ollie, mate. Well done for doing that, by the way. Well done. Fair play to him.
I wouldn't do it.
When he said it, because we pulled him up on it and we said, look, Ollie, you did promise, and I thought he's never actually going to do it, but fair play to the man.
Very brave. Very brave. But his eyebrows, he trims them. He must do. It's just,
We need to get him back. We need to get Ollie back. We need to ask him if he trims his eyebrows. Pascal would like to know. Pascal would like to know.
I'm very intrigued.
Pascal, we do have a picture of your lookalike though. You told me I look like Mustafi from Arsenal.
Okay.
Well, we have got your football lookalike ready to go for us right now.
Please show me.
Look at that. There we go.
Oh.
Divock Origi.
Okay.
Look at that. Here we go.
They found me. It is me.
Hey, there's worse players to be compared
But
to.
he plays for the wrong team, He should play for Arsenal.
I tell you what, he's a class act, Divock Origi. He's really good. Well, he struggled. I mean, do you keep up with the French Football League much?
Of course.
You do, yeah?
Yes.
Do you have a French team?
I support l'Olympique Marseille. It's my team.
Marseille. Yeah.
Marseille is my team,
Marseille, yeah.
Time,
They've had some good teams over the years.
Jean-Pierre Papin, Desailly, Drogba when he was there.
Yeah.
Very good team.
And a legend called Djibril Cissé as well. Let's not
Djibril
forget
Cissé,
the
of
one and
course,
only.
yeah.
The one and only.
Mr. Tattoos all over his body.
Djibril, yeah, I know, yeah. Every inch of him covered in a tattoo. Well, I can't, that's not from personal experience. I don't know.
Every inch. Tell us more about every inch.
Anyway, we digress. But he struggled a bit in France, but the Liverpool fans love him.
He's got very good pace, and last season when Jurgen Klopp started to utilise him.
Oh, here we go. England are 2-0 up.
Yay!
Adam Lallana. You were doubting Adam Lallana as well.
Well, he's not Griezmann, is he?
Hey, I'm not far off. Not far off my
He
Adam
scored a
Lallana.
goal against Scotland. Come
Exactly,
on.
he must be good. He
Lallana.
scored against Scotland.
Yeah,
Adam Lallana.
exactly. He must be amazing.
I mean, our time's nearly up. It's been a pleasure. It's been a
Loved
pleasure.
it.
You enjoyed yourself?
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. What are your predictions for the rest of the season? Arsenal?
I'm going to say Arsenal will win the title. Don't laugh. Look, I've got to back my club.
Yeah?
Like, we've got the players now, we've got the squad, and I just have a good feeling that we might do something special. And as Pascal says, we might do something magnifique.
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 Magnifique. Pascal, do you
Absolutely.
agree?
Oui, I agree.
Are you on agreement? I don't know if that's French.
I agree. I've said it very, very much before. It's about passion. It's about love. It's about expectations. And 20 years at the club, Wenger has something to prove, to everybody. And I think this season is the season. Listen, something magical is going to happen, whether it's the league or the Champions League, one of the two. I think something's gonna it's going to manifest itself in North London next year. Definitely.
Okay.
It's going to be lit.
It's going to be lit. It's going to be hashtag lit.
Hashtag lit.
And your guys, Manchester United, not doing very well at the minute.
No, next.
It's not really how the show works.
Yeah, well, you know. Are they going to win the league? No.
No? Are you going to get top 4?
No. Burnley, come on, Burnley. My dad's going to love me. Come on, Burnley. Come on. It's that camera now. Come on,
Whatever
Burnley.
camera you want. So, but your dad's a Burnley fan.
He is, yeah.
They actually are doing quite well.
Do you know what, right? I just remember back in the day and me just always slating my dad going, why are you going up to their matches? They're in the Conference League. Then they went up to Division 3, then they got dropped back down again. They got to Division 1. I was like, all right, they're doing all right. Well, it was only recently that he was like, well, you do know they're in the Premiership and have been for quite a while. And I'm like, I'm impressed.
Thanks for doing your research.
I
Really appreciate it, Angela. Right, that is all we have time for with the Pep Talk podcast, guys. But I'm sure we'll get you back on later in the season. We'll
That'd
have a
be great.
catch up. We'll have a catch up.